Um, the distant Western family found also in the northern France, the Netherlands, the Belgium, Scandinavian, and parts of the Italy and Germany. This type of family was typical nuclear in structure. Family was typical nuclear. So this type of family was typical nuclear in structure. Children were born relatively late. There was little age gap between spouses. Children were born relatively late, so there was a little age gap between the spouses, and a large number of families contain servants. This contrasted with Eastern Europe and other parts of the world. And a large number of families contain servants. This contrasted with Eastern Europe and other parts of the world, where the extended family was more common. According to Lastek, it was at least possible that the predominance of the nuclear family was a factor that helped Western Europe to be the first area of the world to industrialize. So, to Lastek, it was at least important that the predominance of the nuclear family, the nuclear family was a factor that helped Western Europe to be the first area of the world to industrialize. Hi, Rishabh. So, Rishabh, I was really surprised to know that it was Donald Trump who announced the ceasefire. Seriously. It should come from within the country, and India should have been the first one to announce the ceasefire rather than Trump announcing it that also through social media platform Twitter. We all know about Shimla agreement. I mean, it was really, for me, it was shocking actually. So I don't know actually now how things is going to happen. Second, yes. So it was really, I mean, not good. I would say it's a direct interference of America in internal matter of India. I mean, we have India has always maintained the stand that we will bilaterally solve our issues. I mean, India and Pakistan, but this was really, I mean, I was shocked to hear that it was Trump who announced to social media the ceasefire agreement. As a citizen of India, I should have come to know from my own country government rather than knowing from the other country government. Okay. So I don't know actually where it was in So what Pakistan was using nuclear weapons? So I don't have any idea of all such things. Person But then also our Indian government would have said to Trump to wait for some time before we go and announce the ceasefire. At least he should have waited for some time to tweet. He he should tweet. I'm not saying that he shouldn't tweet, but he should have waited for India to announce because it sends wrong message among the citizens and political parties, I think, and the world as a whole. Peacemaker, yeah, but then also at least they should have precised him not to tweet right now, to wait for some time so that they can announce. And after that, Trump would have tweeted it. No, he should have. I acted as a mediator. Whatever he has done, I don't know the involvement of Trump. So afterwards, he have announced. So it was. As a citizen of India, I have been reading about Shimla Agreement that bilaterally will solve all the problem. So Trump announcing through social media platform as a citizen of India, I am knowing this social media platform. I mean, you were the first one to inform me, so I didn't believe initially, but afterwards when I saw the news and you were correct. So afterwards when I saw the news and I came to know that you were correct. Initially I didn't believe. So as a citizen of India, I feel betrayed about the Simla agreement. That what was India's stance historically until today. So everyone is actually confused. Yes, they should have asked him to wait. He could announce that okay, I mediated, whatever he wants wants to say through his tweet, and he wants to portray himself superior and whatever. But he could have waited for some time till the government announces it to his citizen. Yeah. Hi Abhay. Long time no see. Yes, I was a bit unwell for some days. That government only knows what Trump has offered, but so India's policies right now are questioned actually. So what is our policy towards Pakistan? Even now nobody knows. Actually nobody knows. So we are going to involve other party now. So then we should stop criticizing Nehru and all those the one who involved in United Nations and other parties. So this was our stance, and today our stance is like involvement of third party only, then we should be clear with our stance that okay, we are going to involve the third party, no issue. So at least send valid information to his citizen, valid policies, whatever policies India is going to pursue in future. Yes, I came to know through news only. I have stopped watching news. I don't watch mainstream news. I just read all the current affairs that has been that's given by Insight and Vision. I don't read newspaper. And the Hindu I read sometime, but I have left it now because I don't require it. But recently I started watching the news. It was so frustrating. So I don't know about his second tweet. Yeah, he was talking about Kashmir and all that. He will negotiate for Kashmir. So right now I think the governments are also not sure regarding the policies that they have adopted. So I think they will redefine their policies and approach towards Pakistan, so we don't know. Not involved. Yeah, but the involvement of Trump is itself a question for intellectuals and foreign affairs intellectuals. Actually, they will analyze why Trump is being involved and what will happen to the Shimla Agreement. And so for me it was a bit I didn't like Trump mediating between India and Pakistan because so many civilians have lost their life. It was war. I didn't understand it was war. So we all know, you cannot say it as a war. It could Shimla government works in normal situations. No, you can read Shimla Agreement. They have said that any issues between India and Pakistan will be solved bilaterally. Even actually Shimla Agreement was signed during Indira Gandhi time. So at that time they reached a conclusion. Even any issue, it's been written there, any issue. So war or it's not war. Even that is also itself a question, was it a war or not? Because it did not continue for a longer period of time and the ceasefire was announced. If it would have continued at least for more than 7 days, or then we could call it as a war. Okay, if bilateral talks were not happening and all those things, so why the Trump need to announce the ceasefire and all those things? Why didn't it wait for India to announce to its citizen and for Pakistani side to announce to its citizen? We all know that though we criticize Pakistan, there is always a back channel diplomacy that is always working every time. Okay, so you cannot deny the fact that there is no diplomacy. There is always a back channel diplomacy working with Pakistan. But right now I am a bit confused at why Trump administration announced that. Why not India announce it to its citizen, or Pakistan announced to their citizen first? though it was mediated by Trump. So this sends a wrong message, and I don't know how. I have to read the magazines and come to know what intellectuals they feel about the policies of India in future towards Pakistan and curtailing terrorism. And now the first thing that India should do is to pressurize the world to adopt the definition of terrorism, UN Convention on the definition of terrorism. There is no definition of terrorism. So that's what I am saying, that we are seeing a change in government policies. So let's see how the government laws information on internationally. Right, yes. Because of our media. The media has been fooling us for a longer period of time. So anyways, I don't trust that mainstream media seriously. It's a headache and it will give you heart attack, I can tell you. Better read reliable sources, read newspapers, good newspaper, the Indian Express and all, rather than relying on the mainstream media. Now I have to stop reading newspaper as well. I just read Vision and Insight. Because I think day before yesterday when I saw our media, the mainstream, yes, I know this. I think day before yesterday when I saw media, the mainstream media, I mean it was a heart attack for me. Seriously. They're clowns actually. They're no more media, they're clowns. The biggest failure of India diplomatically is that IMF, it gave loan to Pakistan, $1 billion loan, whatever. Nothing to do with this, yes. The government has been saying that they have the proof. So I don't know how diplomacy is working externally, so I don't know. That government knows, the back-channel diplomacy knows. But they have to clarify actually what they have done, and is there a change in Indian approach in tackling terrorism and Pakistan related issues. So they have to convey to the intellectuals and the civil societies. For me, the worst part was children losing life. Many children lost their life. I don't know. It's not so easy to give a territory or take back a territory. There are laws involved, agreements involved. It's not so easy. We just sit in our home and say POK should be taken. It's not so easy to take POK. Defense analysts, they are in the mainstream media, they are saying, but diplomatically, it's not so easy to take back POK, because we all know Pakistan is a nuclear state. So they will do some, it will be so much of civilian what I would say, it's not that, Right, it was not practical to take back POK because we have already said that our war is on terrorism, not to destroy the sovereignty or something like that of any other country. This has to be done mutually. But I don't think it will work, and I don't know how it's going to work. First of all, there should be a redefining of the policies of India towards Pakistan. So what policies we will be following in future to deal with terrorism? The first major issue on our hand, the practical of what I would say, the low hanging fruit is to curtail terrorism. Right now, the low hanging fruit is to curtail terrorism. So we should focus on curtailing terrorism and building a perception in the international world against Pakistan related terrorism, state sponsored terrorism. No, so there is no destruction of sovereignty. The External Affairs Secretary has not said. They have every time they have come and they have said that we have taken a very balanced and measured approach towards terrorism. We have not attacked the civilians. They have never said that we have destroyed sovereignty of Pakistan, something like that. So they have been always maintaining that they have targeted the terrorist launch pads and institutions, destroy the military base or the sovereignty or the civilians. So we have to believe this thing. If the government is saying we cannot assume as the sovereignty was violated this time, how do we know where is the proof? So in armed conflict, it happens that we cross international borders, but we have to listen to our government and about the external. Nowhere the government has mentioned or the external after 1971. But right now, we are not talking about 1971 or after 1971. But right now, what the government has said that we have targeted the terrorist institutions and launch pads. We have not targeted civilians. They have underlined the word again and again: balanced and measured approach. Balanced and measured approach. So it's clear that sovereignty and also things. So right now, it's not possible. Our main issue was terrorism, to tackle terrorism, and right now also the main issue is terrorism. So first we have to deal with this low hanging fruit that we can achieve. The government has mentioned again and again that it was always a retaliatory measure. It never said that we attacked military. So we see the words, what the words they are using. Always focus on the words. I'll be back soon. Give me 5 minutes.